Hey guys, it's your girl Danny with Danny Did It. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, before you leave this video, at some point make sure you subscribe. As a matter of fact, just go ahead and hit it now, and also hit the bell notification so you can be alerted when I post new content here on my channel. I do home renovations, and most of them are DIY, right? So that means that you can do it yourself, and if Danny did it, you can do it too. This is my first time using Bondo. So just a couple of things that I want to mention. I'm literally still here at my client's house, but I wanted to make sure that the information was fresh while I overcame some obstacles with using Bondo. So hopefully this will help you guys if you are ever going to be using Bondo in the future, okay? First of all, I completely understand why Bondo was originally created to use on cars. That shit dries hard as a rock. My good friend Cordell over at Sherwin-Williams already advised me of that before I used this product for the first time. But of course, you know, if you like me and you watch 1,000 YouTube videos on something, you're like, I got it, piece of cake, no problem. But he literally told me, you know, that it's gonna dry that super hard, and boy, he was absolutely right. So when I say hard as a rock, make sure you guys, if it's going to be imperative for you to sand down, I don't know what you guys are going to be using the Bondo for, but if it's imperative that you get it down to a super smooth finish, make sure that you are applying in very tiny sections. So that leads me to the next thing that I want to say. That thing hardens so quickly, right? So Bondo is a two-part process. In the can and then in the top, you'll find a cream hardener. Please use that shit sparingly, okay? Because the more cream hardener that you put inside of the Bondo mix is the quicker that is going to set up. I don't know if you guys ever had any drywall or experience with drywall, but you know how easy 45, easy 25, and easy 5, like that product is created to set up very quickly. So if you're on a drywall job and you need it to be, you know, dry quick so that you can sand and paint, those are the products. It reminds me of Easy 25. Like, it sets up so incredibly quickly. So until you get the hang of using Bondo, I just advise that you use it in very small increments. So I'm using Bondo today because I'm actually doing my very first epoxy countertop job. I know. I'm freaking so excited, right? So like I said, thousands of videos. I've been watching Stone Coat countertops for like the past few months. Absolutely love his content, and he does emphasize that when we putting down that Bondo, when you go to sand with the 60 grit, you're only needing to sand down the high point. So it doesn't have to be a super smooth finish like when you're finishing drywall and you're using joint compound mud. So that's a great thing. But you gotta just make sure, like, once that Bondo starts to harden, it's pretty much dead, right? You want to throw it away because it's not going to be able to glide on smoothly. You're not going to get an even coat. Like I said, mixed in small increments until you get the hang of it. Also, if you're feeling a gap like that's super big, like, so again, for instance, I'm using countertops right now. So once I removed the back portion of the countertop, there was a space between the wall and the counter. So I used some 5/8 inch backer rods and I shoved it down into the hole. However, it wasn't quite enough to fill up the space. So that first coat of Bondo that I put down, once it hardened and I sanded it down, I did realize that I'm going to need another coat. And on the can, it does say it recommends for deeper fills or, you know, larger gaps that you're going to want to use multiple coats. Trying to make sure I cover everything because, like I said, I wanted to record this video for you guys while the information was fresh, while it's right there on my brain. Oh yeah, when you go to sand your Bondo, understand, just like drywall mud, it is going to be very dusty. Okay, very dusty. So make sure you're doing all of your due diligence to prep your workspace, prep your area. I'm in a kitchen, so I pretty much use some plastic to cover up the kitchen opening so that the dust didn't fly all the way throughout the house. But that is something that you definitely want to be mindful of. And of course, also, that Bondo smell is so freaking strong. So make sure you're using a respirator, okay? Not these fake ass COVID-19. Oh, you could come into the store with this fabric mask. Crap. It's not gonna work, okay? I tried it for like the first 10 minutes. Dub Nation. Make sure you're using your respirator mask because it was in my throat. Okay, it was in my throat, so you definitely don't want that. But I think I pretty much covered all the bases. I use nitrile gloves when working with the product. Also, you want to keep denatured alcohol, 91% isopropyl alcohol, or paint thinner or acetone. Keep that on hand because you're going to need that to clean off your tools once you're finished. Just like it dries hard on the surface, it's going to dry super hard on your tools as well. So, of course, I recommend cleaning your tools as quickly as possible after you finish using the Bondo. Okay, I'm not going to talk y'all to death. I just wanted to give y'all that real quick. If you know somebody who's working on a project that requires Bondo, feel free to share this video with them. Let them know, like, hey, you might want to watch this before you start working with the product, okay? I'm working on a super, super, super exciting kitchen project right now. I'm going to be editing and getting you guys the content as soon as I'm wrapping this job up. I thank you guys so much for watching until the end. Make sure you tell a friend, share this thing. Watch it 1,000 times. Drop me some comments down below. Even if you just want to say, hey, Danny, like, drop me some comments. I need some engagement. I want to know that y'all watching my video, okay? And always remember, if Danny did it, you can too.